Proverbs 13, verse 20, the Message translation. Proverbs 13, verse 20. Proverbs 13, verse 20, Message Bible. Can we see it first in the Message translation? The voice of association. Says, become, can we read together? 1, 2, 3, go. Hallelujah. So what it means is that my life can be put together when I walk with the wise. It says, become wise by walking with the wise. But if you hang out with fools, you can watch your life fall to pieces. I'm sure that's why some people who get into a relationship as wise people, they end up acting foolish. Because they end up hanging out with a foolish person, have foolish conversation, and manifest foolishly. Because who you hang out with can either put your life in shape or make it shapeless. Who you hang out with can put your life in shape or make it shapeless. Become wise by walking with the wise. Hang out with fools and watch your life fall to pieces. Watch your life fall to pieces. There are people, I'm sorry I'm using married now to explain, but it's not necessarily marriage I want to dwell on today. There are people who had good vision, had a good direction, knew their purpose. They were even thriving before they got married. They got married and their life began to fall into pieces because of wrong association. So your partner can lead you into a wrong pattern or a right pattern. Become wise by walking. So if I associate with the wise, I'll manifest wisely. If I associate with fools, I will manifest foolishly. My life will be destroyed. So association is very key for visitation. And I'll show you. Association is very key for your visitation. Have you ever hung out with someone, have conversation, you find yourself speaking in tongues? You find yourself having strange dreams. You find yourself even experiencing encounters in the conversation. But there are people after conversing, all you think of is sex, sex, sex. You won't be getting angry. You don't even know why you're getting angry, but you're angry. Because I realize that in conversation with who you are associated with, there's a spirit that's transferred. The spirit. That's why words are powerful. People don't know. Your conversation has a backing of spirits. Words are very powerful. How powerful words are, I've so experienced it and I've had revelation with it that sometimes if I'm not really happy, I don't like to cancel. Because why? When I cancel, I can talk out of the abundance of my heart, not out of the abundance of revelation. Even if I even say the right word, but the spirit that is backing it is offensive. And so I can transfer pollution to the person's heart. Words are spirits. If you don't pick anything from anything today, pick this one. That's why you need to be conscious of what you say. There's something called association with words. What you say matters because there's a spirit. If inside you're already hot, if inside you're already feeling down, when you say those kind of things, you can transfer an offense, you can transfer hurt. You can even be telling your fellow departmental person that, this guy is good though, but in your mind is bad. It's what is inside that you transfer. The person will not know why you said, the guy is good. But she's going out, she's hearing bad. That's the word she's really hearing. Because your internal, what is inside, what is transporting it is louder than what you are really saying. That's why for some persons, even if you find a good man, because your confession has been bad from inside, your thinking has been bad, everything. You have associated with bad friends. I've told you that there are no faithful men. Somehow, you will just find out that you will just, even though you are meeting faithful people, your eyes cannot see it because what your spirit is transporting is that men are unfaithful. Life is deep. And what you associate with or who you associate with is very deep. Let me show you something. Let's look at Genesis 30, verse 25 to 28. Can I have it in CEV? CEV. Is it possible? Can I have it in Contemporary English Version? CEV. Genesis 30, 25 to 28. Let's see something. Good. Media. Thank you. enough. And the ovation is too loud. People are not humble. See now. Genesis 20:25, CV. Okay, now see. So you already know the story. You know the story between Jacob and Laban. Laban told Jacob to serve him for a number of years before he would release him. So there was a contract, right? Before he gave him his daughter and all of that. Now, that's the background story. So let's come back to this. Verse 25. Now, after Joseph was born by Rachel. Now, after Joseph was born, Jacob said to Laban, "Release me from our agreement and let me return to my own country." 26. "You know how hard I have worked for you, so let me take my wives and children and leave." 27. But Laban told him, "If you really are my friend, stay on, and I will pay whatever you ask. I am sure the Lord has blessed me because of you." Association. There are people you meet in your life, you get to receive encounter because you met them. They are not Jesus, but they carry something. I remember years ago, I went to a salon, my singlehood. The lady told me that, I don't know if it has ever happened to some females here. She said she has not had customers. In fact, in 1 week, she has actually not had customers. But she said, when I came in, she finished making mine, I left, I took her number, I like what she did. She just realized that people started coming in back to back, and I didn't do publicity. There are people that naturally carry favor. When they come into your office space, you just realize that something just happens. There's an increase. There are people like that. They're just people. It's not because you're not a carry favor. They're just some people that come with that ease. It's not in how hard Jacob actually works. There are people who work hard. They labor, but those people, they just do small thing. There's this ease. And when they come into your space, they give you that ease. There are people like that. He said, "If you really are my friend, stay on." The contract was over, but he couldn't release him because of what he was carrying. "If you really are my friend, stay on, and I will pay whatever you ask." I am sure. He was so sure. He noticed the difference. It's not as if he wasn't working hard. Probably he had seen that, I've been using the same tool that Jacob is using. He was older, so he knew older skills. He knew the older methods. He knew how to handle things better. It was experience. You cannot have true experience in life, no matter what. So he knew all of these things, but he realized that when Jacob stepped in and said, "Do you know those?" He noticed a tangible difference. That's why you must pray every day for the right connection. It's a prayer to pray every day. He said, "If you really are my friend, stay on." He couldn't let go of him because there was something Jacob was carrying. I am sure the Lord has blessed me because of you. I am sure the Lord has blessed me because of you. NKJV says, "Please stay. If I found favor in your eyes, for I've learned by experience that the Lord has blessed me for your sake." Association is very key. Let's look at one of the ways to associate. Number one, associating with the right information. Associating with the right information. Second Kings 5 verse 1 to 4. Let's look at it. 2 Kings 5 verse 1 to 4. NKJV. Look at the story of Naaman. Naaman was the commander of the army of the king of Syria, but he was a leper. He had won victories. He had given Syria victories. It says in verse 1, it says he was also a mighty man of valor, but there was a but. He was a leper. Verse 2. And the Syrians had gone out on raids and had brought back captive a young girl from the land of Israel. So they brought back a maid who was an Israelite. She waited on Naaman's wife. She was serving Naaman's wife. Verse 3. Then she said to her mistress, "If only my master were with the prophet who is in Samaria, for he would heal him of his leprosy." What did she bring? Verse 4. And Naaman went in and told his master, saying, thus and thus said the girl, who is from the land of Israel. And the king of Syria said, go now and I will send a letter, blah, blah, blah. And you know the rest of the story. What happened? He was cleansed. Now, this was associated with the right information.